already know what it is, man. It's Big Sean, good music. You checking out the Drama Queen on Miss Drama TV, boy. Act like you know something, man. Go on there right now. I'm on there.
Okay, now with that alcohol, you ain't even gotta ask. Cause I'ma drink it all like it's my last. She a 7 in the face, but a 10 in the ass. And she even look better by the.
You have the one and only Big Sean.
Oh yeah, Drama. What's up, baby?
You have been killing it with all the different things you have going on. Let's get into this XXL Freshman cover.
XXL look was one of the greatest things I've ever gotten. You know,
right.
As a rapper, you always that's your dream to be on the cover of magazines and have platinum records and everything. Okay. So it was definitely a pleasure. And then I was on there with a bunch of real G's, man. Like I fuck with everybody that was on the cover. Wiz, G.O.O.D, everybody, Pill,
right.
Freddie.
So were you excited about the new freshmen this year and just some of the cats that are now being represented?
Yeah, I was really excited because my good music brothers on there, exactly. Saha. So that was always dope. Kanye done had a good music artist on almost every one for the last 3 months. He had Cudi the year before me, and then me and Hassan. And
definitely a trend.
Yeah, man, and just everybody's my homie. Lil B is my homie. YG is my homie. Mac Miller is my homie. Big Crit.
It's like a family affair in some ways.
Yeah, I'm happy for all of them. All those dudes deserve it, man. I personally fuck with all of them, all 11. Well, I've never met Fred, the godson, but
New York, Bronx area.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a real G. And people talk a lot of shit, but all those dudes deserve it.
Right.
For sure.
Now, of course, we're also talking about this album, Finally Famous, which is coming up. I know it's been delayed a little bit, but it is coming. I'm hearing May specifically for it to be dropping.
It's gonna be coming May or June, man. It's gonna be something that's long anticipated. It's gonna be an album that explains the story of a kid who realized what he wanted to do in the world. Started doing it, started living his dreams, falls in and out of love, goes through domestic love.
It's like your life story, all wrapped up into one.
Parties, has fun, silly, gets high, off life.
Off life.
Yeah, and just shit like that, man. And I feel like, what I want people to walk away from it is feeling like is that, man, that kid did what he wanted to do, like. And I feel like that's my whole message is like to do what you love and to follow your heart. Because when you look back on life, you don't want to, be like, damn, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Right. Now, I know that this is kind of one of the projects that we're really going to see you full force. But talk about some of the others. I don't know. I guess you could say the Good Music family that will also be involved, or at least we're expecting them to be involved in this particular project. Yeah,
man. You can expect a lot of them on there. Definitely got Push on there.
Okay.
Good Music fam is definitely heavy on there. I don't want to give away all the
Right. Trying to hold back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like a teaser.
It's gonna be good, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know in previous interviews you've talked about the support, whether it's from your fans or whether it's from the label. But talk about just your thoughts on the whole L.A. Reid kind of moving and leaving the Def Jam, because you had spoke on him before. How do you feel about him kind of going to the whole X Factor thing? Do you feel like shows like that are a good medium for talent to be discovered or even seen? I mean, would you have done something like that if, things were different in your life?
Hey, I would have did all that shit. I'm a writer, man. That's how I got on. I used to go to the radio station and rap every Friday, so.
Well, you were kind of discovered in a way off of that situation too.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm always proactive. I'm an advocate of like, if you're a singer, go out and do that shit. And as far as L.A. Reid leaving Def Jam, I think that was whatever he does,
They say imitation is the best form of flattery. At least that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But, with that being said, is it at times, or could you imagine being frustrated if someone has looked at you and said, you know what, this guy has a talent, I want to hone in on a certain aspect of it, and then they capitalize off of it? It's like, wait a minute, okay, I appreciate you taking certain things that I have put out there, but what happens now is when, you're seeing, okay, it's everywhere, and I'm still working on a couple things myself. I mean,
you talking about Drake?
Trying to be a little bit more tactful with it.
Talking about
thing.
Well, no, not in an instance. I'm not saying Drake stole my style.
I'm not saying it either. I'm just.
No, I know Drake is my homie, but he gave me credit for that, right?
Right, he did give you credit. Was there a check too? I mean.
No, he didn't give me a check, but.
I don't know what went on
don't deserve a check. He writes his own music.
Well, of course.
You know, I thought it was dope that he acknowledged me, and you know, that I wasn't mad at all. What that showed me was how far I could go in hip hop and how much I have the power to change hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I made a rhyme scheme that the whole rap game imitated, and you know, obviously nobody.
That's pretty deep.
Nobody could do it as good as me.
Right.
But no, that's real G shit that he admitted that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I call it the Super Duper rhyme scheme because that was the song that originated off of Super Duper. But you know, he made it more popular, of course, on Forever. And
Right.
That's dope, though.
Okay.
I think that's dope. That's
Right.
why I'm open to. It's not like I'm trying to diss him or nothing like
No,
that.
I don't think you are. I'm curious because, you know, many people might, or some people, let's put it like that, might feel differently, you know, especially since Drake has been doing similar things, but, you know, he definitely has been garnered a lot of advantages off of that same scheme that you produced.
Yeah.
Trying to say in the way that you know, is very accurate.
It is what it is. It happens all the time.
It happens
But,
all the time.
You know, I'm more concerned with all the rappers that used it and was whack as hell. You know? That's kind of like why I gave it up, man, because a lot of rappers just like weren't doing a good job with it.
Yeah.
So I feel like on Super Duper Lemonade, I gave the example of the best way to do it, like the best line I feel like ever of that rhyme scheme was I just give them line after line after line after line after line after line, barcode. And that was just kind of like, after that I was done with it.
Right. Now, talking about, you know, just your progression, your evolution as an artist, I had the opportunity to kind of, you know, look into the whole Big Sean phenomena, and I came across a very interesting video. I think it was circa like 12 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And you were, I guess you can say, rapping with a group. The name, let me see, Young Boys.
Young Boys.
Right.
By
And-
abstinence.
Right, and it was
No
very
sex and
interesting.
drugs.
Right, no sex and drugs, no, you
It
know.
was before I hit the world. It was before the world got to me, man. That was before I had sex and got to smoke some weed. Before I got some pussy, man. I'm sorry.
Right. So my first question is, obviously there's been some changes in your life that has progressed from that point. But let's just delve in. I mean, I feel that you always have a message in your music some way, underlying, obvious, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I do.
How has your message changed? I mean, obviously you're not saying abstinence and no sex and no drugs, but what is the message now that Big Sean is giving to the masses out there?
Man, I feel like the message is underlying always in my songs is that to have fun with whatever you do and to also do what you love no matter what, you know what I'm saying? I'm an advocate of explaining that your heart is more than an organ. It's like what tells you what's right and what's wrong. You should always follow your heart to your pot of gold, you know, because you don't want to be 50 years old, 60 years old looking back on life wishing you woulda, coulda, shoulda did something. And you know, so I'm an advocate, an example of somebody who like always tries to do what they love.
Right.
And that's why I want people to walk away from my music feeling like, yeah.
And I think people get that to some degree. I think people really do get that. Let's talk a little bit just about the whole good music thing if we can.
Yeah.
You know, I think that you as a group, just an individuality, yet the fullness of it, you guys have been doing something that is different. You know, the music definitely is stellar. People have been following that movement. But also, just on a curious standpoint, I know that with that comes a lot of responsibility. You know, people are going to be expecting a lot from Big Sean because, you know, you have Kanye, you have all these artists that are, you know, known to really do a lot of things. Talk about the pressure behind all that.
Nah, man, I feel like pressure makes diamonds. So it's the type of pressure you feel like before the game, you know, but it's the pressure that makes you perform great. So, man, pressure make diamonds, man. I'm iced the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? There's no pressure, like, you know, nothing that's gonna discourage me. I'm gonna just do what I do. I think people, whatever situation you're in, you gotta remember you're there for a reason, man. So I'm here for a reason. I'm gonna just do what I do.
And before we go, just quickly, now I know that I would say you're a fair and balanced man. I don't know, maybe that's just my own opinion. But I'm curious.
You're right. Got good judgment.
But quickly, you know, I know that the whole Wale and Kid Cudi thing, they reconciled, and that's great because I know you're really close to Wale and then, you know, whatnot. But just because of your mindset, were you a part of them kind of reconciling? Just because I know you have a relationship with both, or were you removed from that whole situation?
Nah, that was their own situation.
Okay.
I kind of kept myself distant. Like I was always cool with Cuddy, and of course, you know, me and him was good music, and then Wale was just always my homie.
Right.
I kind of knew they was gonna be cool. I mean, they was cool.
So you didn't say no
cool
words?
before I was
nothing?
cool with both of them. You know.
Yeah.
Hell no, I ain't say no words. I let them handle that shit. Like man, you know they handled it, and they friends now.
All right.
I think rappers and artists in general are just like it's no time to be on that dumb shit no more.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like we lost two of the best rappers to dumb shit. So it's like there's no point in doing shit like that.
I'ma go hard until it hurts up in this motherfucker. I'm a boss, so you gotta work up in this motherfucker. And I could get you anything you want. I could put you on. See, you look like Beyonce.